monitor, we want someone to monitor the, okay, so we want someone to monitor the this participant list as well, so they will allow. Okay, okay, thank you, Raz. Raz has been up for all whole night. Really, he's charged up. Actually, he's like from here 6 a.m. in the morning, and I really appreciate his efforts for this particular event. So now what you are doing, like we have developed this particular report in our last session. So I'm going to continue in the next part, like what if I want to publish this particular report and I want to share this particular report within my organization. So what are my ways, how a workspace is different between app, what is the difference between workspace and app, what are different roles workspace have. So let's try to publish this report. So when you publish this report, it will ask you to save the change. So all the saved latest changes will be deployed in your particular environment. So this report we have created in our last session. So I'm taking this report and I'm going to deploy this report. So now this is asking me about different workspace. So this is my workspace, which is a personal workspace. So if I go here, if I want to see list of all the workspace available in my environment, how I can check this one. I go to app.powerbi.com, which is a Power BI service. I go to settings and I go to Power BI admin portal. In the admin portal, I have a tab called workspaces. Here, it will provide me all the workspace. So this is like there are different type of groups you are seeing. This is a personal group, which is like meaning personal workspace. You cannot share anything in your personal workspace within your organization. And these are groups, like these are Office 365 groups. That's why it's showing these are groups. And this is the workspace I have. So now let's go back. Before creating a workspace, we need to go to some of the tenant settings as well. So here in my tenant settings, like I have enabled that everyone in my organization can create the workspace. So any user who want to publish the report, they can actually create a new workspace and they can publish the report as well. If I disable this one, or I only allow this to be only for the specific security group or specific users, so I can do it as well. So if I say test group policy or test user one, so I can do it for any particular user group as well. Similarly, I can apply this for entire organization. So currently this has been applied for entire organization. Once you made the changes, this will take 15 minutes to propagate to your tenant. So here I have, since I have permission available, okay, since I have permission available, so what I can do, I can publish my workspace. So rather than publishing this workspace, I will create a new workspace. So what is the workspace? How you describe a workspace? Workspace is a set of collection which holds your reports and data sets. So this is how you describe your workspace, where you have the collection of dashboard, reports, and data sets. So I click here, I create, you see here I have all the workspace available, but only one is like these are Office 365 groups. Only this one, D365 Summit, is a workspace. Other are Office 365 groups. So I create a workspace here and I name it as Power BI certificate. This is my workspace. It asks, like it will check for the unique name, because this will create on the backend, it will create a user group, Office 365 group, and the security group as well. So I'm going to advanced. So I can add workspace admins, or I can add specific users to the group. So this is like, do I need to create a OneDrive for this particular workspace? So this is optional. You can say yes or no, or any OneDrive space name. So I will let this as blank. Now if you want to be create a template out of this workspace, you can check this. I'm not checking this for now, but we'll do it in the later on. So now I created when I save this one, a new workspace created. So this is my new workspace, Power BI Saturday. It currently does not have any report or dashboard. So what I'm doing here, so if I go here and do the publish button again, what it will do, it will show me this new workspace. So I click this report and I publish. It will take few minutes for this report to become available in your workspace. So if I do refresh here, so you have two things. You have dataset available and you have reports available as well. So now since I have published this report, you might be thinking, okay, now I want to share this particular report. So there are different ways you can share this report. You can share this report through here. You go here, click on the share button, and you can share with a specific. So I have created one user called test-u1. So I can share this with this user. So what I will do, and I can set the permissions as well. So I can allow this recipient to share this report with other users as well, or he can change. So what I'm doing, I'm just sharing it and I'm sending the email. So now I share this report with this particular user. What I do, I need to log in with this particular user. So now I'm going to log in with this particular user. Oh, sorry, I put the wrong password. So now I'm logging with this. Okay, let's go back here 1 minute, copy. So let me log in with this particular user test-u1. Hopefully this will log in. Okay, if it does not, what we can do, we can reset the password. Just give me a minute. Let me reset the password of this user so we can actually log in with this particular user. So I'm changing the password here. Oh, okay. So the password has been reset successfully. So let's go back here in our different browser and let's type. Now it works. So now I'm logging with this particular user. Let's see if it has a Power BI license or we need to assign a Power BI license here as well. So we need to go back here and we have a Power BI license for this particular user. So this particular user will have this information and he will have this information available in his Outlook as well, that the report has been shared with you. So if I go back here, in this user, he does not have access to the workspace. We only shared the report with him. So what we did here earlier is like, okay, so you can create a security group. I will show you just in a minute. So here, not this one. So shared with me, I will go here. So this is the report that has been shared with me. So you see, I don't have the access, like I don't have access this one, this Power BI Saturday. So I can only access this report through here, through shared with me link. So I can do everything, but I don't have the access to this particular group. I can perform, I can interact with this report. So the question is like, I have 200 users. No, we cannot create multiple apps within the same workspace. Okay. And the other question is like, if I have 200 users and I want to share the app, share the report with all those 300 users, how I can do it? You can create a security group and then you can assign that particular security group a reviewer role, or you can share them with this particular user group role. Like if I go back here on the original report, so if I go share, you see, you can either provide email address or you can provide a group address as well. So if you have a group, you can provide the group address as well. Security group or distribution list, both will work here. So this is one way of sharing. Now the other part is like, since I have created this workspace, now I can assign different roles. I can set access to it as well. Like I create this test user 1, and now I'm making is as a viewer role. So what it will do also here, like you can add single user or you can add groups as well. So the group will work here as well. So as a best practice, what you will do, always create user groups. or security groups. Sorry, you create security groups and try to assign permissions through the security groups layer. Okay. If we create a dashboard report for different department, do we create workspace for each department? Okay, yes, you can do it like that. So you have different users, like you have finance department, you have HR department, you can create different workspace for every department. And then through that workspace, you can assign, you can create a group of your finance users and then assign that particular group the viewer level permission or the owner. There are like different roles. We will talk about the roles in few minutes. Let's see the different sharing methods now. So now I am assigning this as this particular viewer role. So if I go back here and I refresh my view, so now here in my workspace, I have this Power BI Saturday as well. So this is how I shared the workspace. Now what it does is like in the Power BI Saturday, I can see the report, I can interact with dataset as well, right? So this is another method, but I cannot see the dataset here because I have the viewer permission. So now we will start discussing about the role. So can you allow different user group to drill down the same different levels? Can you allow different user groups to drill down to report different report to different levels on the same report? Yes, you can do it. So this is more into the security level. Like if we set up a security, like data level security or role level security, I can show you here, like how you can set up different rows. So currently in this example, so you can create a role here. So you go to the modeling tab and you can create manage roles. So you can create a new role. And for every department or every user group, you can create a different role as well. So in my employee table, if you remember, I have this particular field called department. So I can create a role here as well. So for HR department, they can only view their own data. For finance department, they can view. So I can, this is called very static row level security. So we can apply the row level security as well. So I'm not going to create any filter as of now. Now let's see, I don't have access to this particular data set. I can read the report, I can make changes to it, I can interact with it. I can also, I cannot share it with, because when I shared, I did not assign the permission. I can reset it to default. So I can do whatever I want. So user can interact with this. So if you have a dashboard in your, they can interact with the dashboard as well. So now let's change this permission. Like now we need to edit this and we need to make him in a contributor role. So what a contributor can do or a member can do. Let's do first a member thing. So I move it to the member and now I do a refresh thing again. Sorry, we need to do this thing here. So you guys can keep asking about the question, because I will be answering your questions live here. So if I go back here, now I can see, since I move myself to the member role, now I can see the member role. I can actually set the settings here as well. And if I go back here, I can manage the permission here as well. So I can assign everybody else as well. So this is showing me as the owner of this particular group. So now let's go back and now turn it to the member or contributor. So sorry, contributor. So when I do make changes just to the contributor, what happen is like now I will start making contribution to this particular report. So here now I can create or publish in this particular workspace. I can publish different reports as well. So let's say I have one more report. I have a report called 17, this one. So if I sign out with this particular user and sign in with the new user, what I can do, I can actually publish the report in this particular directory. in this particular workspace. So the workspace, the idea of workspace is like you have created the workspace and you shared the contributor role or the role with the users who you want to actually communicate with. Like I don't have any you say production thing. So here I can do the development environment. Like I can develop the report in my desktop and then I can publish my report here into the workspace, or different users like different developers can publish the report in this particular workspace. So they can publish their reports, their own reports, and then in the final thing without actually disturbing your final app. So there is a difference between workspace and app. Let's just clarify this one. So I have this particular workspace. Now you see I have this option called, since I am in the publisher contributor role, I have this particular thing called publish app. What it will do now when I click this one, so it is asking me to actually develop some dashboard as well. So let's create some dashboard here. So if I go here and I pin this dashboard, pin this page as a live dashboard, and I call this as an employee. Okay. Now I pin this dashboard here. And now I want to publish the app. What will happen? So if I go to publish app, okay, sorry, the problem here was I need to go here because it does not have this permission. So let's go back to the main user we have, D365. Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to include what is need to be published in my app. So I can choose like this is need to be published into the app. If I have a dashboard, I can assign this particular dashboard as well. So what are the contents need to be available in the dashboard? So if I go back here, look, I have this permission turned off, so I cannot publish anything. Same for this, because I am not the owner of this workspace. I can contribute, I can actually publish things into that particular workspace, but I cannot publish anything organizational wide. So to do that, I have to be in the workspace admin role. Okay, let's take one more question. Yes, this is correct. Rishi mentioned that workspace permissions are not allowed, so they will only publish into the publish app when you publish the app. So now let's try to publish app. Since we have included what we need to include in our app, what we do the publish app. Here we need to create a logo and the description of the app. So let's assign the logo. Okay, we cannot assign this one, this big one, so let's leave it for now. Apply theme color, you can change the theme color, so I will leave it as it is. In the navigation bar, what you can do, you can actually create your own navigation. Like these are currently default tab, but if you want, you can create your own custom navigation builder as well. Like you can nest it out, parent and child tabs as well. In the permission, like who in your organization can view this particular thing. So I'm saying that entire organization will have the permission to view this particular app. And what is the reason of creating this particular app? I will just tell you in a minute. So what it will do, it will allow users to use underlining dataset, and then if I want, user cannot make a copy of this particular dataset. So you know this option is disabled. How to enable this option? If I go to the tenant settings again, in the tenant settings, you have this publish app. So currently this is disabled for entire organization. So if I want to enable, best practices you enable it for only particular security group. So I can enable it for only particular security group as well. Currently, let's do it for entire organization. It will only take few minutes. So if I go back here and if I do a refresh and then I try to do a publish app, let's provide an example here and set the permission. So now you see I have this option available as well. So I can install the app automatically to my organizational user as well. Okay, so there is one more question here. Have you created a security group? No, I haven't created a security group or distribution list, but this will work with the security group and distribution list as well. So now see, I am going to publish this. I'm sharing this app with this particular user, and I'm going to automatically install this app to this particular end user. This user could be a security group or a distribution list. You can publish this app, and there is a URL for app. So if I go back here in my apps, you see I have this Power BI Saturday app because this is the name of my app. And if I click here, this is showing me everything similar to the report. And this is my navigation pane. If I go back to this particular user and I click refresh in the app section, you see this app is automatically installed to this particular user. When I click, this app is ready to download and I can interact with this app. So to share with the user, end user, or the consumer, you must define an app. You create an app and you share an app through a security group. Okay, so we have one more question. Okay, app. So what are the key differences between app and report? An app can contain multiple reports or multiple dashboards as well. What are the thing is like in your app, I can do everything, but I don't have access to the workspace. So rather than providing end user the workspace access, you are actually providing them the app. Other thing is like if I update this file, if I update this particular file and I say I am removing this particular thing, and now I save this file and I publish this file into the Power BI Saturday. So what will happen is like when I do a publish thing into my same directory, Power BI Saturday, it will ask me, do I want to replace? So now I have replaced the file in my workspace. Okay, now let's go back to the workspace here. Let's go back to my workspace, Power BI Saturday, and I try to access this particular report. Now this report does not have an icon, right? But what will happen, like if I go to my apps, now my apps is not disturbed. App is still showing the icon. Why? Because I haven't pushed the changes to my app. So there is one way like how you segregate your development environment. So in your app, if you are testing some functionality of the report or the dashboard, what it could do, unless you do a update app, it won't be published to your end user. So your end user are not affected by the changes you have made in your workspace. So this is the use of workspace and app. So did you have any question or you understand till this point? Also, if you see here, I have this access to this particular workspace. Now let's try to unpublish this app. Yes, you can embed multiple reports in your app, but all those reports must need to be hosted in the same workspace. Like I can create multiple reports here. Like I have this workspace. If I go back here, I have this workspace called D365 Summit. I have multiple reports. So I can include all those reports what I want. So I included these two reports. And what I will do, I will update my app. So what will happen? My app name is this. If I do the update thing, here, and now I want to test my app in my permission. So I don't allow it. If I allow it for our entire organization, let's publish it again. So I will show you one more functionality here. So let's go to the app here. This is the app. Now this app is actually showing me two things. It is showing one report here, HR Analysis 16, and the other report as well. Right? So this app is showing me these two different reports. Now if I go back here, Since I publish this app for my entire organization, if I click this particular user and go to the apps, currently this app is not showing. But if I go to get apps, what it will do, it will show under my organizational app. So this app, your organizational user can download this particular app as well. So we have few questions. What happens with the data set in the app? Okay, let's download this app. Okay, so when I click get it now, this app will be installed and I will be able to see this particular app as well, right? So now I'm seeing these two reports. If I go back here, so the question is like, what happened if I change my data set or data source? So what will happen? Now let's try to do one thing here. Okay, Rishi already answered it. So let's try to do one more thing here. Let's go back to the app and let's remove this particular app. So I can delete this app from now. So what happened? The question was like, if you change the data source. So I have this particular data source. So let's do a don't save here. So I don't use this functionality. So I have this particular app and I have this parameter here as well. So currently this app is accessing data from prod. Since the data set here is not been updated, what I can do is like, I change this to test, right? So in the test thing, what it will do, I apply the changes. I have this row count decreased by 1. So now my row count is 1000 rows. Okay, so I am only saving this file. I changed my data source direction. Now I try to publish this app again, and I'm going to publish this app in Power BI Saturday. Currently, let's go back here into the Power BI Saturday app and see what you are seeing here. So you are seeing 1001 row count. So when I change my data source or the data set has been changed, so what will be the effect? So let's try to publish this app here. So this is asking that it will replace the data set. So since you might have guessed that since it has replaced the data set, what will occur? The app will now reflect the new data. So let's go back here. What you need to do, you need to go back and let's click here. So the app will now show, because it is coming from the cache. So I need to go back. Let's go back for a minute and try to see it here. Power BI Saturday. So the report is showing 1000, right? And your app should show 1000 as well. Why it is not showing as of now? Because of the cache thing. It is coming from the cache, this old results. So now I don't do anything. Now when I come back here, now it is showing. I don't need to republish the app. So that is the advantage of app. Okay, could you? Okay, so we have some questions here. Could you please show once again how security groups are created? So you can create a security group here. Go back. You need to be a admin in your organization. So you can go to groups and you can create a group, new group. And I say this is a security group. Okay, so it will ask for a name. I will say Power BI admins or Power BI members. Okay, I created this particular group. This is a particular security group. Now, if I want to share my reports, I go back here. I go to the workspace. Now let's try to do one more thing here. Now I go back here in the Power BI Saturday. What if you want to unpublish the app? So let's try to unpublishing the app. So what unpublishing the app does, it will remove the app from the end user. So we will actually check this particular thing disappearing for this user account. Okay, so it is saying the app has been removed. So let's try to refresh this page. And you see this particular user does not have any access to this particular app. Okay. Since I have been shared with the workspace, so I have access, but I don't have access. Even if I go to find the app, get apps, my organizational app will not show this Power BI Saturday app. Now go back again to the security group, because we have created a group, but we don't assign users to this particular security group. So what we need to do is, like, I need to go back to the admin center. admin.powerbi.com. So I will go back here. Okay, actually I'm going from the wrong user. So I need to be an admin. So I have created this group called Power BI. So I have created this group. Why it is not? Let's refresh it for now. Okay, so this is my user group, Power BI members. So let's try to add members to this particular group. If I go back here in the active user group, and now let's assign this particular user, manage groups, and I assign this particular user to a group called Power BI. This one, Power BI members. So now I add this particular user group. Okay. So now this particular user is part of this particular member group. So what I can do, I go back here into my workspace, into workspace access. Now I remove this user from this particular group. And if you can see it here, the access for this workspace has been removed. So I'm not able to see this particular workspace anymore. Okay, so this workspace has been removed from me. So now what I will do, I need to share with the group, so I can actually type in the group name. So my group name is Power BI members, and I'm assigning it a viewer role or a contribution role or a member role based on my requirement. So you can create different user group. So I'm currently assigning it as a member. Okay, so when I add this one member and I do a refresh here, so it has all the permission of the member user group. So this is now report is become available again. And I can now publish the app as well. Okay, now go back here and remove the access. So I'm going to remove the access again. Sorry if I'm making it more confusing for you guys. So if you have any question, you can ask. So now I have removed the access. Why I'm doing this? So you guys are all aware of the practices, how to share the report and what are different permissions level. So this is between app and workspace. So we are only doing this between app and workspace. So now if I go back here, the access should be removed. Okay, so it's showing that you don't have any more access to this. So now let's try to go back here and publish an app. So let's try to publish an app, because I've unpublished the app. So now I have to republish the app again. So my app name is this Power BI Saturday. So here you are seeing that this can do publish with any security group. So I am now going to publish with this Power BI members. So one of the question initially earlier, one of the participant asked that if he wanted to share this with 1,000 user or 200 users, how you can do it. So what you do, you create a security group. You create a Office 360 in Azure Active Directory. You can create a security group. You can create a security group in Office 365 as well. So what it does, and then assign users to that particular security group. And what here in Power BI you can do, in Power BI you can simply assign that particular user group that permissions. Like I am assigning this user group Power BI members. So whatever the users are, like if this particular user group has 500 members, all 500 members have similar access to this particular setting, and I can install the app automatically if I want, and I can uninstall as well. Okay, so this is how you can do. If you have a finance department, what you can do, you can create a finance department security group. You add all the finance department members into that particular security group, and then assign that particular security group that permission that they can access the Power BI app. So now I publish this particular app. If I go back to this particular user, I don't have access to the workspace. Remember, I don't have access to the workspace. I have access to the apps. So if I go back here, I now have access to the apps and I can do everything. Any question till this point? Are we clear? Yes, a person can be on different security groups as well. So what will happen if I have two different security groups? Like one security group is have a, like I go back here. I go back to the workspace and I have two security groups. Like I add one security group into the member role and other security group into the admin role. And I am a user is member of both security groups. So what will happen is like whatever the maximum privileges, like he's part of the admin security group. So he will have the admin permissions as well. Okay, now we have 20 minutes left. So what we will do, what we have learned so far is like how to create an app, how to create a workspace, how to share reports within an app and within a workspace. So do you have any questions like till this point? You can ask. I will take 5 minutes. In this 5 minutes, I can answer all your questions. So if you have any question regarding till this point, you can ask your questions. Please feel free to ask your question here in the chat. Meanwhile, I can go back here and see some of my moderator duties as well. So how many of you are using the workspace and know different roles? Did you guys try distributing your reports through apps or workspace? What do you guys prefer in your organization, or what is the method your organization is using? So if somebody asks me this question, like the flow is like you develop a report in Power BI desktop, you publish your report, yes, I can show you that. Develop report in Power BI. You publish report to Power BI workspace, and then from workspace you publish an app. Can we hide the report with an app from a user group? Okay. So now the question is like, can we hide a report with an app from a user group? So if I understand it correctly, like in my workspace, if I have multiple reports like this, in this particular report, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 reports. Like if I go back here, I have different reports. So now if I want to hide, so now this report has been hidden. I have hide. So I want this report to be not included in my app. So when I update this app now, what will happen? This report will not be available to the end users. So now if I go back, it will only show me one report. So I have hidden the report. Hope this was your question, or you were referring to something else. Yes, you can share an app like here. If I want to share an app, I go back here. If I want to update an app here, why this is providing, if I go here and do a update app thing, it will give me a URL here as well. So what this URL will do, if I share this URL, if I copy this URL and I email this URL to anybody, they will be able to see the app, provided that they have this permission set up. If they don't have the permission, like if I go back here in any of the browser and I open a new browser window, and I open this tab. So if I have the permission to see or view this app, I will only be able to see the app. Otherwise, I will get the error that I don't have permission for this particular app. Okay, so we are having a lot of questions. So let's try to answer questions from here. So can you try to create a user group in Azure Active Directory? So let's see, it's saying that I don't have access. Even if I am sign in with this particular user, if I have access to this user, then only I will be able to share. So one of the question is like, if you want to share your app outside your organization, how you can do it? Then your organization either need to have a Power BI premium capacity where you can share the app with guest users as well. Otherwise, all the pro user will need to have this. All the user have Power BI Pro license. So to create an app user group here, we go back here, Office 365. This is my admin portal. I go back to groups. I go back to groups and I can create a group from here. Add a group. I can create a new group from here. And this will create a group in your Azure Active Directory tenant as well on the backend. So hope this question is answered. The other question was how you can hide multiple reports. I have showed how we can hide multiple reports from here. Like in my workspace, I have different reports. I have hidden different reports. I can show different reports, whatever I want. I can pick and choose. Okay. Now moving to scroll down to other questions like, can you please expand more about roles and how set up different access? So role is based on the security. You can actually assign the securities through user groups. So if I go back to my Power BI desktop file and view, in the modeling, I can create different roles here. So I can create a role based on permission, like what I want to see. So I can create a role called department. And then I create a filter based on department as well. So I have a field called department here, and I say the value is, what are the department names, different sales. Let's do it for sales now. So let's maybe rename this as well so it is more clear. So I created one role here. So this is my role. So if I click here and I click on the sales role, so what will happen? Only the sales department analysis will come. And this is how you can create multiple roles based on your requirements. So you can create multiple roles as well. If I publish this thing, I need to set up the permissions levels as well. I need to set datasets settings as well. Hopefully Rishi in his session will, Rishi, are you covering this in your session, or I can answer this here as well if you want.
Hi guys, it's just Raz here. So Rishi offered to obviously do the administration session, but it seems as though you're covering most of it already, Hashim. And it seems though people have been requesting to see Rishi's session on financial reporting instead. So if you could cover as much of your admin.
Okay, I will do this.
So
I will do this, no problem.
Yeah, no, so I was still going to cover admin and sharing. There is a fair bit of overlap.
Great stuff, Rishi. No problem at all. So that's fine. We just wanted to double check. So yeah, Hashim. So Rishi will continue and elaborate on this subject.
I think there's a lot of questions about it. There's a lot of interest and a bit of confusion about it. So I think it's good to rehash some of the same points as well. It's not a problem.
Okay, I can. I just skipped the row level security part, but I can touch it briefly. But he can answer. So I will just answer these questions here. Like I think I have a lot of questions here in the chat. So the question is like when you need to update the app and when not. So if you republish app, you don't need. Okay, so if you are assigning the permission, like if I'm going to publish this app right now, right, this is my particular file, my workspace. I have published a report here. So if I'm updating a permission, like if I'm updating a permission, I'm adding permission to new user group, then I need to update the app. If I have new report coming up or I have made any changes to my layout, then I need to publish an app again. If the changes is only data layer, like if the data is updated, so I don't need to republish the app. It will automatically propagate to that particular app. So if you are making any alignment in your report, like in the layout, things like that, then you need to change your update your app again. Okay. Now, hopefully I answered this question as well. Now, if you have time, I show this one. Can Power BI service can send auto response to user when the app is updated? As of now, I don't see this settings. Actually, what it does is like if the app is updated, it will automatically upload the, like if I update the app. So if I go to the app here, this app will be automatically updated. So I don't need to manually update the app. So this app will be automatically updated for this particular user. Like when I remove this particular icon, I don't need to update the app again. So this app is updated again here. Okay. So hope I answered this one as well. Now you can use a flow to get. Okay. I don't think updating an app can trigger Power Automate. Thank you. Okay. Now to the security level, I can just touch it briefly. So let's try to republish this one again. So now I'm going to publish this again. Now remember, I have one role available, which is called sales. So if I click this one, now this app has been updated successfully. Now if I go back here in my dataset, I need to configure the dataset row level security settings as well. So if I click here in the dataset, security, here you see I did not assign any of the member permissions. So what will happen now? So this user, if I come here, I need to go to the workspace first so you can understand. So this workspace needs to be shared as well. So let's share the workspace with this particular user. Access Power BI admin, Power BI members, and let's try to make this as a viewer role so you can understand what I'm doing here. So this user is being into the viewer role. So this will appear, the workspace will now start appearing in this particular user group. We have to wait few minutes. So now this is appearing. So now I can view this report. Why all this is appearing as cross? Because I don't have permission to view. So to be able to see this particular thing, now I go back to my dataset security settings. Now since I have one role, this is my role, I can assign users to this role. So I add this Power BI users. And I assign this permissions. So if I want to test this, I can test it here, what the end user will look like, how the view of the end user will be. So this is the end user, this what he will see, okay, when he sign in with this particular user role. Now, if I click refresh here, I'm able to see this particular thing. Okay, now let's try to replicate this on the app as well. So now if I go back here in the Power BI Saturday access, I remove this user, so he does not have any access to the workspace, and I publish an app. So to publish an app, I make sure that this user have access to this particular app. When I update this app, I go to the apps and I click this app. I'm only going to see the head count of sales department. So now hopefully I answered your questions, like how you assign roles, different permissions, and dataset security here as well. So this is the minimum thing I could answer here. Like security is a very deep topic. So I showed you a brief example here, how you can set up it for different departments, or there are different types of security levels, like manager to sub-managers, hierarchical level security, and there is one-to-one security or one-to-many as well. So we have few sessions covering up that. Hopefully, if you want, we can answer this after this session as well. Any more questions, or I will be handing over any final questions you have? I think I have covered like best practices of how you share the reports, what are different methods of sharing the report, what is the difference between app workspace, viewer role, contributor role, member roles as well, and how you set up admin level permissions as well. So I have briefly covered all the things as well. So let's ask any questions, final questions, and then I will hand it over to Jen, I guess. Next session is Jen, right? So I'm going to stop the recording for now, since we have finished the session. So the recording has been stopped.